The engineer said, well, God could not have created the earth if he didn't have me as an engineer and designer to describe what we have here. The doctor said, no, it had to be me because we had to remove the rib of Eve in order to create Adam. The politician said, as is customary, I'm afraid you're all wrong. It must have been a politician who was there before God himself. So they looked at him astoundingly. He said, remember the Bible said God created the world out of chaos.
But we spent millions of dollars, millions, to promote the destinations. People then get on a plane, we are handing them a form which is about as archaic and as idiotic as anything that has ever been produced. Most people are basic in an idiot mode. You know when they go on vacation, the smartest people become idiots? You notice that? I mean, all of a sudden it's not important. I sit next to them sometimes, you know. It makes me nervous because I know how difficult those forms are. I know what it will do when they don't fill it out right. I know what happens when they get to the destination that we have just spent millions of dollars to promote, right? How much do you like to be lined up for an hour and a half or up to 2 hours? Right? And then you get to the front and you're told that it's not correct. You need to sign here, you need to sign there, you have to give me this info. It is annoying. Not only is it annoying, it will turn you off completely. You will not want to go there. You will curse that destination and you don't want to go back. Now, isn't that absolutely the most silly thing? And you know, we don't need the form. We do not need the form. Nobody ever looks at that form. There is a line there, right, that says profession. I put everything down from sex worker to snake charmer. I swear to God, I do it. And nobody even reads it. It gets stamped and it goes back in the past.
Several of our members, several countries are having international trade expos on an annual basis. This is a very unique expo because it's the only expo in the world where the sending state sells directly to the receiving state. But you will see more of that and hear more of it on the video coming up.
Minister of Finance, the Honorable Dr. Peter Phillips, Governor of the Bank of Jamaica, Mr. Brian Winter, and other deputy governors who are here, Mrs. Ruth Ewing and Mr. Matt West from De La Rue, and the currency man, Mr. Carl Warp. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests in the audience, students, and the media, a very pleasant and warm morning from the Ministry of Youth and Culture. We're so pleased and honored that we could be here this morning to witness such a momentous occasion when the Central Bank launches such a commemorative note for our 50th anniversary celebrations. 50 really comes once, and sometimes at an innings you fall short. And this nation is on a mission not only to ensure that we keep steady in terms of our fiscal prudence and certainly moving forward for economic growth, but we're on a mission to certainly ensure that moving forward people recognize the value of who we are, not only our currency. And so it gives me great pleasure this morning as the minister to say thank you to De La Rue, thank you to all of you who have really put hands and heart into making this an event. I know sometimes it's not easy to print money. We don't like printing too much money either. But certainly it is a cause for celebration because people are able to keep something as a part of this year. I remember well when I could carry $1 to school, and I'm sure many of you remember well, when we did not have an independent currency. So today we can stand proud and tall 50 years later to commemorate our own currency.
Today, as you've heard, we're launching the 2012 commemorative banknote series. I am very pleased that the Minister of Finance is able to be here to launch the banknotes, and in particular that Minister Hannah, who is leading the Jamaica 50 celebration, has been able to grace us with her presence. And it reflects the presence of these ministers, the support that the bank receives and enjoys in our efforts to provide better service to the public. One of Jamaica's the Bank of Jamaica's statutory responsibilities is to issue and redeem notes and coins. In carrying out this role over the past 50 years, the bank has widened the range of denominations. We have popularized the use of coins for small value transactions. We have adopted a clean banknote policy. We've acquired high-speed, high-tech note processing machines that automatically sort out the clean notes from the dirty notes, identifies those that can be reissued, that are fit for reissue, and a process of destruction of the notes that are too soiled or too damaged to be reissued.
Our currency is important because of the special role it plays in facilitating economic activity. This is particularly important in a country like ours, where a high percentage of our population still uses cash as their principal form of payment to transact business. Of course, the bank is working at top speed to deal with other forms of payment media. Lots of people use plastic, and we hear that eventually mobile money, and since we are among the most talkative people on earth, when mobile money comes, our spending inclinations are going to get even more pronounced. But we have to have the money, we have to earn the money to make that possible. Because we can't be in the position of someone I heard about, where having got his first checkbook, started writing checks. Eventually the bank called and said, "You have no more money." He says, "I'm surprised, because I still have a lot of check leaves."
I thought, I was thinking as the performance was taking place, I wonder how the younger generation will be celebrating the next 50 years. I wonder if they'll be holding up their mobile phones and showing us different versions of those. It would be very interesting to see what legacy they bring in 50 years' time. On behalf of De La Rue, though, I wanted to make a couple of presentations of a limited edition of printing plates. Obviously, we haven't done the exact printing plates because we wouldn't like our ministers or governor, indeed, to be able to take them away and print them for themselves. So we've had to doctor them, if you excuse the expression, to reflect some of the elements in the commemorative notes.